Hello everyone, welcome back to The Goody Life, where life is good and everything is great. I am Dr. Goody, and The Goody Life is all about finding inspiration, motivation, and self-growth in all different aspects of your life. So today I wanted to talk about finding a balance. So before we move into finding a balance, let's do a little recap on The Goody Life. So if you've been watching my videos, you know I look at 5 areas of growth, and I always talk about how to find a balance in life. So this video is actually perfect because it really kind of relates to what the Goody Life is all about. So finding a balance means focusing on different parts of your life. Your life is not only made up of your family, or your life is not only made up of your career, or your life is not only made up of one specific things. There are different things. You can have a purpose. You should have a purpose, actually. Everybody do have something they want to do in life. Now, that's one area that you're working on every day or every week, on how to kind of stay passionate about something. But like I've mentioned this a lot in some of my videos, I have never met someone who focuses on one thing and that they're happy. There's always that one person in the statistics who said, oh, all I do is this and I'm very happy about it, and they have nothing else. That may be true for some. First and foremost, human beings are social creatures. So what we really, really want in life, or what we really appreciate, is having a good family, good friends, good health, and then a good job or career or something we do that we enjoy, having finance. So all these areas we have to focus on and put some amount of time in it every day. Some of them we may not like so much, and that's where we focus on making the changes. And that's what the balance is all about. So for example, let's say if you're someone who you have reached and you're happy with your career choices, but you may also still want to have a family in life or have some good friends in life. So that's another area you would want to focus on also, or else you won't feel fulfilled. It didn't matter how much money you make or what it is that you're successful at. If you really still wanted to have a family, or you wanted to have something, let's say maybe you wanted to be a certain weight. Let's take it off of family. Let's go to health and wellness. Maybe you wanted to be have a certain weight balance and things like that. If you haven't achieved those goals, you will still feel like something is missing or lagging in your life. So this is what I'm talking about here, the oasis, finding the balance in overall life. Most of us, like I said, have all these things already, but some of it we need to tweak here and there. Let's say, for example, one way you'll be looking at the aspects of your family. You may have a set of people who you don't even like to be around. So one of your thing might just be looking at your social circle and thinking, I need to make some changes. You guys have heard this saying so many times. If you're the smartest of the bunch, you need to find a new circle because your growth has come to a standstill. You will need to look into finding different peers, different social group that kind of helps you to grow also. Because one thing is for sure, change is always there and growth is always a must. You always have to be open and willing to grow in life. That's also part of finding a balance in your life, that you are not rigid. Talking about the areas, you guys must want to know, well, how do we find this balance? How do we break this down? So I am all about structure and organization. And I know some people don't like this context because it sounds like, okay, are you talking about we have to structure in family time, set up, schedule in something to do like that? Yes, you might have to if it's not something that you do already. If you do want to have, let's say, family time, but you don't do it, then yeah, you may need to start building that habit by writing it down so you can make sure, or scheduling it in your calendar so you can make sure you get it done. Or let's say you wanted to work out, but you never put the time. So yes, you will have to put it in that calendar to remind you to get up and go. Once you start doing it over and over, it will become a habit that you don't need to have it on the schedule. Now, when I talk about structure and organization, because I am that type of a person, I am not talking about being rigid. I am talking about being flexible. So for example, if you knew you have breakfast at 7 and you had breakfast at 7:10, you shouldn't fall apart. It's not about being rigid. It's about being flexible. So let's take a schedule and look at it, kind of what it looked like. So you want to focus on all your areas. I'm talking family, health and wellness, career, all of it, okay? So let's say you get up at 6 a.m. Now, you are a morning person and you want to go to the gym. So this is what kind of having a schedule helps with in finding a balance in your life. So you get up at 6 a.m., you head off to the gym, you work out for an hour, you come back. Now, one good way to get family time is breakfast. Maybe you make breakfast at 7, everybody sit down for 30 minutes, they enjoy their breakfast, you guys chit-chat with each other, you guys wish each other a good day. That's pulling your family together as a unit. Everybody's getting a chance. Eating together, bonding together is very important, right? Now, you went off to a regular 8 to 4 job, or 8 to 5, let's say. So once you are there, the next thing about being at your work, if you are someone who's already doing your purpose, you already enjoy what you're doing at your job, then you don't have to find time to work on that area anymore. You're already doing it. But what I would say to look at in your professional career to help you find a balance is really avoid the gossip and the drama at work. It's very draining, it's very time consuming, and it makes you so tired that when you come home, you're beat. So you're more tired not because of the work, but maybe because sometimes people are part of these dramas or these gossips in the office. It's really helpful to avoid those things. First of all, people don't like people like that, and you get a lot more respect from your profession if you can go in and you can have a well-balanced job. Going in, speaking nicely to your coworkers, speaking nicely about them, speaking nicely about your boss. These things just come back in a flow towards you. Every time you get yourself caught up in some type of think about this, if this has ever happened to you. If you ever caught yourself where you're gossiping or you hear someone talking about something dramatic, how do you feel when you walk out of that conversation? Do you feel tired? Do you feel drained? So you don't have time to focus on yourself or your own life goals because you're too caught up in something that's not even necessary. I'll give you guys one example. I remember when I was in community college, first and foremost, I do not like gossiping. I do not participate in it. I just don't like this idea of people talking about someone else. And I've always been like that since I was a very young child. I never liked it in school, high school, or none of these sort of environments. One place where it became very concrete and evidence for me that I will never gossip about someone else was when I was in my community college. So I was in my class and my professor told us a story about how she was talking, it was something along the line where she was talking about someone else and the person walked in the room and saw her, and how that made her felt that she made that choice then and there to never gossip about another coworker or person ever again. And as I sat in the class, that really resonated with me because I never liked it, and I made that a choice at that moment myself to make sure to not get engaged in it. It's one of the number one burnout factors at work, because what happened when you're talking about someone else or when you're complaining, you're not thinking about solutions, right? So this is just a little bit idea of how to save your energy, how to conserve yourself so you can have a good energy which gives you that really great passion of focusing on other things. So this is a little bit now when you're at work, to save your energy so you're not too tired and to enjoy yourself in your work environment, to have a good work environment, to have a healthy work environment. That's a little bit for work. Now you get off at 5 o'clock. You get home. What's the next part about finding a balance? You regroup with your family. Maybe you guys make dinner together. This is another great time for bonding. Let's say if you do have a family or you do have kids, this is a great time to cook together, eat together again, talk about your day, how your day was. They talk about how their day was. Another thing when it comes home to bringing work to your family at home. If you are having a healthy work life, you won't be bringing in drama to your family. But if you do have a little bit of a work life where it's toxic and chaos, be careful how much of that you're bringing home to your family, because you don't want to drain them also too much. To kind of leave work at work. But if you're sharing a great story, a positive story, that's wonderful. So this is a great time where you guys are talking with each other, communicating with each other, then maybe help the kids with homework and they're off. Now let's say it's 6:37 p.m. If you don't have a family, of course you'll be doing all these things to yourself by yourself, and then maybe you're calling a family or friend to just say hi and check in with them. So you're growing in all these areas. Think about it. You have relationship going on for you. You have your professional career going on for you. You're also doing other activities that's helping to stimulate your mood. Now, it's around 7 p.m. If you didn't work out in the morning, maybe you'll work out in the afternoon. But let's say you did do something for your health and wellness already in the morning at 6 o'clock. Now, this will be a great time to carve out that hour and a half to do something towards your personal growth. Maybe that's where you're thinking about, what do I want to do for the next year? Or what's something I want to accomplish for myself? If you already have everything, you already accomplished everything you want to. For me, I always believe there's room for growth. Maybe you're looking at recreational stuff. What's something you can do? Like if you have a family, maybe you're starting to plan a trip. You do need to go out and have hobbies and enjoy things you like in order for you to also feel pure joy. Joy is not only about health and family and working. It's about doing other creative things, such as traveling, maybe you like camping, or whatever it is that you like to do. Think about those things and start planning in that area for yourself also. So as we're talking about a balance here, I hope you guys are getting the picture. The first thing you want to think about is yourself, your own growth. The next thing is your health and wellness. If you're not physically taking care of yourself and mentally taking care of yourself, you can't perform well at your job, you can't perform well at your self-growth, and you sure can't have a great balance with your family. You have to make sure you're taking care of yourself, your health first. Once you're taking care of that and you're giving time towards that, then you have time for your family. If you have a family and you want a healthy relationship, you can't look everywhere else for it. You gotta look within your own family that you already have, that was already given to you. And how do you guys work together to have a healthy balance and a healthy relationship? Your career. You can't just say, oh, I have a new purpose or vision, so I'm gonna quit my job. Who's gonna pay your bills? So maybe learning how to work and have a healthy relationship in that job. Because if you have problem in one space and you run to the other place, it's kind of a ripple effect. It will happen. So if you have your job or your professional career that you're already doing, make sure you're looking into it, that you have a well-balanced lifestyle there, that you get along with your coworkers, you're communicating effectively with them, you have a good relationship with your boss. And then if you do look for something else, or let's say you don't like that job that you're doing and you do have a purpose or a vision to do something else, every day you're going to have to find time to carve out to work on whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you're going back to school to get a nursing degree, or maybe you're going back to get a business degree, or you're starting your own business. So every day you're going to have to find time to work on that. But while you're in the job that you're currently in, or the profession that you're in, you still have to have a good relationship with people there, so you're not feeling too drained. And then last but not least, finding time to carve out to do hobbies and stuff that you like. So all in all, it's like a circle. You have to do everything and find a balance and enjoy doing these things. So the thing that I'm putting out to you, if you don't really enjoy it, look back in it and think what you want to change. So for example, if you are with people that you don't like, maybe there are some changes that you need to make. Or if you are in a profession that you don't like, maybe there are some changes that you need to make. And that's the personal growth, where you're carving out time and working on making those changes for yourself. So all in all, a balance is working on all of these 5 areas. A little bit every day, and hopefully it can bring you some pure and natural joy, especially if you're happy with where you are, you're happy with whom you're with, you're happy with your health, and you're happy with what you're doing. Chances are you have a pretty good life. And don't forget to appreciate what you have. Even if you're not too happy in the moment, there's always something to be thankful about. Remember, it's all about finding a balance. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share button below, and I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.